Just earlier we was just talking about how you didn't want to stick to one genre. What made you think of that idea, and has it helped?
No, it hasn't helped, if I'm honest with you. Friday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh mate, Sota's actual set was unreal.
Yeah.
It was very last minute. I got asked, but I was like, I couldn't turn it down. It was a sold out show at Patton's. I guess that's one thing. Fortunately, we haven't come across any constructive, differences yet. We're quite happy with if someone's changed something up.
Yeah.
Then obviously the one that just came out, which was Lights Out, which is the only one to have a BBC Radio 1 feature, which was mental.
Kirbs, I want to get you on the decks.
Yeah.
I want to hear some music. I want to hear some new music. And
you just want to hear this Elvis Presley bootleg. That's what you want to hear.
Welcome to the Spin Cycle Show, live on Slack City Radio.
Yo, hey guys, welcome. It's your boy DJ Bady. Welcome to Spin Cycle Slack City. And today we are joined by Kirbs.
Yo, how's it going, man?
Kirbs, I am doing good. How about yourself?
Yeah, mate, I'm doing good.
Just earlier we was just talking about how you didn't want to stick to one genre. What made you think of that idea, and has it helped?
No, it hasn't helped, if I'm honest with you. It hasn't helped at all.
Why hasn't it helped?
It's difficult because when people put on events, obviously they do it genre specific. So being as helpful as it is, kind of used to having all of these genres, that's all well and good. But when promoters try and book you, they don't know whether or not they want to. They're like, he plays everything. I want him to play one genre, but they don't know. I'm more than happy to do that. Obviously, it's nice to be asked, but it all depends on the lineup as well. There's a few gigs up in London I've done where I'll see the lineup and I'm like, cool, I know that this night is going to be everything. And it's, it's kind of like, I feel like it's like my time to shine, you know what I mean? Because then I can do a bit of everything. Whereas, a lot of, like Brighton's very drum and bass orientated at the moment.
Yeah.
And, it has been for a while. But I have noticed, and I don't know if you've noticed as well, there's a few big drum and bass heads that are starting to play garage in their sets, which is very helpful because it means that I can,
Garage is starting to mix a little bit in, and with some other genres as well, like the grime style.
Oh yeah, 140's definitely kind of made a comeback. All the styles of 140, you know what I mean? So I'm noticing grime, breakbeat, like minimal dubstep, some heavier sort of dubstep, but not.
Do you have a go-to genre? Like when you want to spin, is there like a genre that you always go to? Or?
Typically it depends what mood I'm in. It does depend what mood I'm in. Over the last couple of months I've been smashing out garage.
Yeah.
But mainly, it will literally be, over the last couple of years, it's been drum and bass and bass line mainly. Recently, it's kind of taken its like speed garage and garage toll. So yeah, I've had a lot of good fun recently with it.
So what is this new single that you've just released? It was just a couple of days ago, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, Friday.
So what's the song called?
The song's called Lights Out. It's come out in Deep Rock.
Yeah.
They've been incredible for me and to me for the last couple of years now. I think the first release with them was with Zepho as a collab in 2021. 2022, they looked after me very well. And we did 8, maybe 9 releases.
Nice, man.
Couple of free downloads as well, which was sick. 2023 was kind of like, I ended up getting a proper full-time 50 to 60 hour a week job. And it was difficult to kind of balance music on that as well. Quite tiring.
Could imagine.
But I ended up doing, to be fair, I think I only released with them in 2023 last year. I ended up putting 4 releases out, 3 of them of which were on Deep Rock. And then I've got obviously the one that just came out, which was Lights Out, which is the only one to have a BBC Radio 1 feature, which was mental.
I actually saw that, to be fair. What was that like?
Surreal. it was one of them, I received an email from one of the producers, just going being like, oh, can you send us over the vocal? We just need to that it doesn't have any swearing in it or anything like that, or just an unmixed version of the raw vocal. This and that. I was like, yeah, sure, that's fine. No worries. And then it was because it didn't kind of come from what looked like a BBC email. I was like, oh, okay, it's a bit weird. And then literally 24 hours later, there was oh, by the way, it's getting played on BBC Radio 1. Jaguars introducing dance tonight at 10 p.m. I was like, oh, okay.
What, you got that email the same day that you was going to play?
I got it 24 hours prior.
Okay,
which I was confused about, but they sent me over all of, the images and stuff like that to post up on the day, and I was like, oh my God, okay, so it's happening. It was, it was definitely surreal, mate. I was like, oh my God, I've hit a milestone.
What was it like putting Sota?
Friday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh mate, Sota's actual set was unreal.
Yeah.
It was very last minute. I got asked, but I was like, I couldn't turn it down. It was a sold out show at Patton's. It was one of them ones where it was like, well, it doesn't really matter if people are there or not. I get to come to this event, I've wanted to see him for a while. And I was like, well, why not? You know what I mean? I was thinking, my set time's 11:30 to 12:30.
Yeah.
They've only just opened upstairs. There's going to be no one in there. It was rammed from literally, granted, the first 10 minutes, because, Patton's, you don't tend to look for upstairs at all. But yeah, for the first 10 minutes, it was quite empty because no one's come upstairs. But then, yeah, it was nuts. Honestly, I've never seen Patton's upstairs so busy. Oh, mate, honestly, I'll tell you what, for something that I thought wasn't going to be very full. Yeah, it was.
It came out.
Yeah.
Did you play any of your music there? And how much of your music do you play on your set?
Do you know what? That's a really good question because I've noticed so many artists don't play their music out. But I think recently I've been quite happy with how my tracks are sounding.
Yeah.
So I've ended up playing a lot more music in my sets recently than I have done ever, if I'm honest. Obviously, having the duo as Control Alt with Buds, me and him, we've now got a nice little backlog of music. So it's quite nice to have there to just play out.
So how do you make music together?
So he will come up with an idea, or I will come up with an idea, and we'll be like, is this worth finishing?
Yeah.
And we'll literally just send each other the stems back and forth.
Okay.
So obviously he's quite, he's a family man now. He's quite busy, but he's been churning tunes out left, right, and centre. He'll just be like, oh, I've got this idea. Do you want it? I was like, well, yes.
Yeah.
Send it my way.
Don't even ask, just send it straight away, innit?
But yeah, it's literally that simple. He'll stem it down. He'll send me the preset or whatever he's used.
But what would you do to it? Take me through the process of what was the last thing he sent you?
Last thing he sent me must have been, it was a 1950s bootleg.
No.
He turned around to me and I really want to bootleg a 1950s track. And I went, I can't say I've got a vast knowledge of 1950s, mate. So I hope you got one in mind. And he sent me this over, and he sent me over the vocal. It was, obviously, there's only so much you can grab of a vocal from the 1950s because it's all that everything was recorded back then, like as a band. You'll have something that's solely something, but it'll always have leak. I managed to get a really nice sounding vocal from it. And what else did he send me? He sent me some drums. Sent me some drums and this vocal, and I thought, all right, let me see what I can do. It was A Little Less Conversation by Elvis Presley, is what he sent me. He sent me an Elvis Presley track. I've got it with me. But
I actually want to hear that. Can you play that?
Yeah, I'll play. Yeah, man.
Mate, that'd be nice to hear, man. Man.
But yeah, it ended up being it's like a really quick tech house track though, because we tried to speed garage it, but it just didn't come across how we wanted it because obviously there was so much leak of everything else. So we've ended up having like a really quick garage blended tech house track basically. But yeah, other than that, he'll literally send me over specific parts to a track, and then as a bigger example, we bootlegged a track by the Suicide Boys. He sent me over an idea. It was really nice, and I was like, I'm personally not a fan of the bass line that he had. So I just changed the bass up, changed a couple of the drums, and we have a whole new track. So.
What's it like? Just changing it up, because say if you send an idea over and you just switch it up, it's kind of like remixing your idea. How does that?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's one thing. Fortunately, we haven't come across any constructive differences yet. We're quite happy with if someone's changed something up. Then one of us has been like, do you know what? That's quite sick. But any time it's been like, oh, what about this? It's kind of been met with a positive, okay, we'll try that. If it doesn't work, we'll just change it back or whatever. You know what I mean? We've not had any constructive problems yet.
Okay.
It's been quiet.
That's actually really nice that you say that, because it's kind of like you're just trying to find a solution, so you're always keeping your eye on the solution rather than if you keep looking at the problem, you might just come across more problems, because that's what you're kind of looking for.
It's when you overthink some stuff, and you've been working on a track for so long, it ends up steering away from the original idea. But I mean, I can't. Do you know? I actually can't say we've had that yet. Touch wood.
That is good. So, are we gonna get to see a music video from you, or what's going on?
Oh mate,
because that actually would be really nice. Because there are DJs that do put out music videos, but just as you're growing up, you don't tend to see it as much. It would be more if you're like an artist or like a rapper kind of, per se. You know what I mean? Yeah. Rather than like a DJ just putting out a tune and actually putting a music video to it.
Yeah, I guess it's that because you don't see it a lot. it's one of them ones where unless it's got actual like vocals on it,
Yeah.
you know, 9 times out of 10 you won't see like a music video. You know, recently I've seen a lot more. Recently, Ethan and Bandit have just done one. That was a garage track. You know, they ended up doing a music video for it, which was really cool. Other than that, yeah, it's you know, you don't see it like you say. You know, you don't see it a lot more like nowadays. I mean, I'd love to do one, but I feel like I'd be so picky.
We can talk days literally just about the process of like music videos and stuff like that. So all your releases, there's self-released, or you're working with X, Y, and Z, or what's the situation there?
What are we on about? New releases coming up or releases in general?
Just in general.
In general, I've not really done any self-releases. One, because most of the time, when I get around to having like an actual small collection of music, I'll always have like a label A&R be like, have you got any new music for me, mate? So the idea of self-releasing kind of just goes out the window because you know I've been quite fortunate.
Because they'll take it.
Yeah, they'll be like, "Oh, this is sick. Yeah, I'll take it." I'm like, "Oh, cool."
Yeah,
I don't like it, but you know you can have it anyway. But nah, it's not always true. You know, most of the time it'll be I've seen like a couple of tracks. It mainly just goes to deep rock most of the time. You know, there's been a few points that I've sent about, and you know a lot of it does get good support from bigger DJs. But labels is, as a producer, sending stuff to labels is quite, I don't know, it's hard because I guess there's always the fear, not the fear of the no, but you know what I mean. There's always like a but you know, I'd rather send it elsewhere first, or you know, literally most of my stuff just goes to deep rock. So I know he likes what I make. So it's, you know, it's quite nice to...
relationships important in that kind of 100%
thing? Yeah, relationships are always important when it comes... In what way, actually?
Well, just in life, just in general, whether it's friendship, obviously family...
Well, I mean, there's always...
business.
Yeah, you know, you've always got to have a balance. There's always a balance, you know what I mean? There's always, you know, if you're willing to put yourself out and help out others, you know, others will help you out as well.
One thing I was actually going to say as well, when business happens, it's not the companies that do the business, it's the people. So you actually need to have a good relationship with whoever you're doing business with.
Yeah.
Because, for example, you're not going to do business with somebody you don't like unless you get offered the money that you can't turn down. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of in a way.
Yes,
because if you don't like him, you're just like, do you know what I mean?
It all depends on how well you can stick to your principles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a tough one, but you know that relationships are important. You know what I mean? You don't ever want to. It's not the fact that you don't want to look like you don't want to look bad. It's, you know, no one likes to be spoken badly about. You know, so it's you know, a smile goes a long way, mate. And you know what I mean? Like five minutes of someone's time can change a lifetime.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Kirbs, I want to get you on the decks.
Yeah.
I want to hear some music. I want to hear some new music. And
you just want to hear this Elvis Presley bootleg. That's what you want to hear.
I want to hear that. And I basically want the people to hear what you got. Yeah, basically just to showcase your talent and skills. Yeah, so I'm going to go up and jump up on the decks, man.
Oh, man. Sounds good. Yeah.
Sweet, man. Thank you so much. So, guys, this is Monday. It's every Monday from 7 till 10 p.m. This is your boy DJ Bady. We are showcasing brand new music, brand new talent, and tonight we have got Kirbs. DJ Kirbs or just Kirbs?
Kirbs.
Yeah, Kirbs. Yeah, so just Kirbs. So guys, while he gets set up, make sure you check out the previous videos and interviews that we've done here and on the podcast as well. The one with Ego Tripping, the one with Thunder Banton. We are trying to line up a few ones. I actually really want to say who, but I just can't because, like, just in case it's long. You know what I mean? Like one of them ones. What life goes on. We're going to be down at Volks. Kirbs is going to be playing down at Patterns. Is it, this Saturday?
Patterns Friday.
Yeah, Patterns Friday. Friday night, come down and see Kirbs. How, pardon?
Badger, Jackham, and Ethan.
Badger, Jackham, Ethan. So, guys, Friday night. This is Kirbs. Let's go.
Thank you for listening to the Spin Cycle Show. See you next week.